Welcome to Heartical Chat. I'm Orville Marshall, and today we'll be talking to Ricky Bailey. Ricky is a master tailor. Ricky is a fashion designer. But most of all, Ricky likes to be referred to as a man of style. Welcome, Ricky.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right. Now, everybody know that on Heartical Chat, we don't waste a lot of time, right? It's not about me, it's about my guests. So we usually jump right into it, right? So tell us a little about what you do, but maybe you want to start with how you started your business. And, I would like to say, are you a tailor really, or you just went straight into the design world? Tell us a little bit about how you started.
Okay, great. I am very happy to have this opportunity to speak about my craft and my journey as a tailor first and foremost, and the transformation into fashion designing to be actually right now an international man of style. So a lot of people may not know I am from a family of tailoring. My two elder brothers, David and Michael, they were great tailors as a child growing up. I was just privileged to all the knowledge, all the language I was hearing David and Michael using, in my parents' house, because that's where they had the tailor shop in the beginning. I had no interest in fashion. I had no interest in tailoring. But however, the fact that there was sewing machine and I had access to it, what one brother do, the next would try, and then my next brother Peter, he would try to use the machine, and then Peter and I we start to compete to see who could make a better pants pocket, who could make a better front pocket or a back pocket, and just step by step, little by little. Even though I don't have any interest, I was learning so much, and I keep doing things on the machine, especially during the summer holiday when school was on break. And I realized that, this is something that really captured my interest because whenever you couldn't find me, if I'm not playing outside, I was always in the sewing room, fooling around the machine, trying to see how I could make something different, trying to put style to my own garments. I would change my shirt colors. I would do things different that no one has ever seen. And I realized that I'm a creative genius. So when I was attending high school, I decided that, I wanted to make a pants. And I went and I told my brother, oh, I think I can make a pants. And everybody was like, oh, they were laughing. They don't think I could do it. However, one Saturday, I decided I'm going to ask him to show me the principles and the step to cut the pants. He did. I cut the pants. It took me the entire day. But the end result, when I finished that pants, my brother turned to me and he said, if you make 4 more pants like this, I will consider you to be a tailor. Oh my God. That's the best news I could hear. To be a tailor, it was a coveted title. You know what I mean? I'm from Portland in Jamaica. And when he said that to me, immediately, I'm a schoolboy. I'm in high school. You are telling me I can earn this title at such a young age? And believe me.
So Ricky, I'm gonna change the title, and say Master Tailor by blood. Eh?
By blood, definitely, yeah. By blood, yes. It's a great privilege.
When you started the real business side, though.
Well, it's so funny because while I made the first pants and at high school, it's so funny. I start earning from making clothes while I was in high school. So immediately, even before I was graduated from high school, I start earn from the business. And then when I leave high school, I start to work with my brothers. I was gaining my own client. My clothing and textile teacher at that time became a personal client of mine. And I was sewing for quite a few teachers in the school, making pants, making shirt, making stuff. So during the graduation period, I was making probably half the garments that my peers were wearing.
Greky, I think it's a conflict of interest. All right, after this, I have to interrupt you. It's a conflict of interest because if you're making clothes for the teacher, they can't discipline you, right? I think there's a problem right there. But anyway, continue.
No, but you see, the funny thing is, I was so disciplined because I'm someone who, when I know what I want, I go after it. So the minute I made the first pants and my friends like it so much, and the teachers, I didn't use it as an advantage to misbehave. I realized that it was a privilege for me to be working for my teachers, so I treat it with dignity. I remember I even made clothes for my bursar during high school. You understand? So I was well respected, and I wasn't going to do anything out of place. I was always a disciplined child.
I guess initially you probably would be more of a tailor, am I correct? And then later you switch over to kind of a designer. Tell me how that transition went.
Okay, well, yes, I would say I started as a basic tailor, but back in the days, and even now, tailors are known for just making pants, vests, and jackets. And like in countries like America, they would make overcoat. But for me, I'm someone who I love to push the bar. When I master pants and I master vests, I master all of those garments. I want to move on to something different. So I start to make women clothes. And believe me, whenever I make a skirt in those days, it was like every woman want to wear a skirt cut by Rick because the fit was different. And that is one of the things that pushed me further into fashion designing because I wanted to do much more than just classic men's tailoring. I wanted to be able to make any garment. I wanted to put the Rick Bailey touch to any garment. And that's when I start to explore my creative side. And I realized that whatever I do, people would like it. You understand? I could just take some random fabric, put them together, mix the colors, and the finished product, because I'm a tailor and there is great craftsmanship, that goes behind it. My creative spirit was always fluid by that. So people would look at a piece that I make and they look at it and they couldn't understand it, but they have to like it because it is just beautifully assembled.
All right, now Ricky, I always thought that you really just made clothes for men. So now what you're telling me is a little bit different. Tell me, what percentage probably would be women, or is it mostly men and just a few women?
Well, I would say it is up 50-50 because right now I do a lot of like bridal gowns. I do a lot of bridesmaid dresses. I do a lot of you know um, a lot of work for ladies just the same. But I would say I'm more known for men's tailoring, for men's fashion. Reason being, whenever I'm doing a fashion show, I always do a male collection because 90% of the fashion show that you go to, sometimes you have so many people doing ladies wear and there's nobody doing menswear. So for me, I am more known for menswear, but on a day-to-day basis, I have a wide variety of female garment that I've made, I've styled, and finished just the same.
You know, for
Great, excellent finish. Yeah.
Yeah, forgive me for saying this, but it must be a lot easier now since it seems as though the men wearing some very feminine looking clothes these days. So maybe you can just make something and if anyone want it, just get it, eh?
Well, that's true too, because for me, whenever I walk into a fashion, like a fabric store, I generally don't look at a fabric and say, oh, that is men or that is for ladies. I see a beautiful piece of fabric and I think I can create a three-dimensional garment from it to fit anybody and for it to look good just about anyone. Because my personal view and style, it's eclectic. I gather inspiration from the entire world. So there's no rules for me where fashion is concerned. I push the bar. You understand? Once I feel something, I'm going to create that unique piece. And if you're comfortable rocking it, I'm good with that. Because I'm pretty sure that if I measure your body, or even if I just make it by basic size, it is going to fit you extremely well.
People, we have come to the end of part one of a three-part Heartical Chat series. I've been speaking with Ricky Bailey, Master Tailor, fashion designer, and a man of style. In part two, Ricky will tell us who his first popular customer was, and he will also mention some of the popular entertainers that have worn his design. You're going to be so surprised. See you in part two.